Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Mountain family. My name's Amelia Lee here with you on this March 7th, and we are right at 5:30 this morning, which means it is time to check on in with our friend, meteorologist Megan Dusmall. And Megan, it is kind of a chilly start to our morning. I had to get my coat back out of wherever I lose them every day, but I found it and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'd say it's a freezing Friday this morning, but we will be getting warmer as we're heading into the afternoon, so that's what I'm holding on to as we're trekking through these next couple hours. Here's a look at those current temperatures, and I mean, as you can see, a lot of 20s on your screen right now. 29 for Middlesboro, 28 for Hazard, 21 in Clintwood. Very cold as you're traveling more towards our Virginia counties. But as I mentioned, we're getting warmer. So this afternoon, I mean, take a look at those wonderful temperatures. About average for what you'd expect this time of year. Normally we're about 55 degrees, and for most of our area, we're at 55 or above. So definitely excited to see those temperatures, with the exception of our Virginia counties in the low 50s and upper 40s. Now, we do have a slight little bit of a snow chance this morning that you can see, but it's clearing out very quickly, just moving to the north of us, and then we'll have partly cloudy skies for the rest of the day, and then a rain chance as you're heading into the overnight hours and into your Saturday morning. You'll hit those high temperatures this afternoon around that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock mark, and for the most part, it's not really going to be a bad day at all. I'm looking forward to it, Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. In Whitley County, a man is facing charges after being accused of shooting at his son during a domestic dispute. Police were called to a home in the 2000 block of Lot Mud Creek Road in Williamsburg on Wednesday. According to an arrest citation, Ricky Anderson pulled a pistol and fired shots at his son. After running out of ammunition, he reportedly got another firearm and shot at his son again. Anderson was charged with attempted murder and wanton endangerment. In Pike County, 2 men are facing charges after trying to break into a school being used as a flood shelter. KSP responded to a burglary complaint on Tuesday at Mullins Elementary School. Officials with the Red Cross told police a flood victim told them they caught someone trying to go through a window to get inside. Police learned Curtis Murphy was seen stealing items in the school's gym. David Helsel was also charged for his involvement in the burglary. Folks throughout eastern Kentucky are continuing to clean up after the Valentine's Day weekend flood. Volunteers from North Carolina Baptist on Mission Disaster Relief are stepping in to help homeowners recover free of charge. The team is providing crucial services like debris removal, mold remediation, and tarping. But site coordinator Steve Myers says for them it's about more than just rebuilding homes. It's about faith.
It's a ministry for us. It's helping people on their journey to find Christ. And that's our main goal. We love helping people. We're commanded by Christ, go do good deeds.
The organization welcomes anyone in need regardless of background. And when the work is done, every homeowner receives a Bible and a moment of prayer. North Carolina isn't the only state pitching in to help Kentuckians. Folks are coming from all over to volunteer. Now MCC Appalachia Build is working with families to clean up and repair in Pike County. Volunteers from Pennsylvania are spending the weekend in the Robinson Creek community, helping families hit with several feet of mud, muck, and debris. Students from St. Joseph's University say it was an eye-opening experience.
Very emotional to see, what the houses are like, what we need to do, and also just talking with the people that live here.
As much as we're helping, they're helping us just become better people, advocate for them when we go back home to Pennsylvania, and to keep their stories alive through the social injustices that occur.
The mission, located in Elkhorn City, will bring more volunteers to the mountains in the weeks to come, aiming to assist with long-term recovery. In Floyd County, plans are moving forward to renovate a historic high school gym after flooding destroyed equipment and parts of the building. The D.W. Howard Fieldhouse, affectionately known as the Dome, was a topic of discussion before for renovations, but after the flooding, the Floyd County Board of Education decided it was time to move forward with fixing it up. The superintendent says it's too early to tell how much the renovation project will cost.
When the water came into the gym, it came in from the front and the back. And when I did that, they actually got in the locker rooms first. So football equipment, basketball machines, uniforms, and we're trying to wash it and stuff, but because the temperature was so cold and then so hot back and forth, that some things have already started molded.
The superintendent says it is too early to tell how much the renovation project will cost. The recent flooding in the mountains led to homes and businesses being impacted, but folks may also be seeing more stray animals as well. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino talked with experts who explain what you should do if you find homeless animals.
There's little puppies. It's not every day you come across puppies in a ditch. Oh. Either dumped by their owner or swept away in a flood, it is important to know how to react if you find abandoned animals. Shelters say there are a lot of strays.
There is a population issue. There are simply too many dogs.
The Knox-Whitley Humane Association says they have seen numerous amounts of stray animals, sometimes seeing a high of 30 animals a day. Some dogs lost in the flood, others found abandoned or given up by their owners.
People give up dogs they've had for 10 years sometimes.
If you come across an abandoned animal, there are ways to be prepared, no matter the circumstances. You can call animal control if you do not have the time to pick up the animal. You can take them to a local animal shelter like in Knox-Whitley, where they will receive a standard level of medication. But staff say it is necessary to call and make an appointment first.
But it's the only way to regulate the amount of dogs coming in and plan ahead for it.
The shelter then provides strays with basic vaccinations, puts them on the floor with food, water, and a bed, and holds them as a stray for 5 days. After the 5 days, they are legally adoptable by anyone in hopes they will find an owner. And there are plenty in need of a forever home.
Say hi, Max.
In Whitley County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
They say if you do find a stray animal and you want to help it, make sure you put your safety first. The nominees to fill the Letcher County District Judge vacancy were announced yesterday. Attorneys Ashley Nicole Sturgill and Michael R. Watts II, both of Whitesburg, and James Nicholas Whitaker of Jackhorn, were the picks of the Judicial Nominating Commission. Governor Beshear will make the appointment. One of the three will succeed Judge Kevin Mullins. He died in September after police say he was killed in his chambers by former Sheriff Mickey Steins. The speculation continues about who will run to fill U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell's seat next year. On the Democratic side, Rocky Adkins, who is a senior advisor to Governor Beshear and who ran for governor himself, is not closing the door on that possibility. A spokesperson for the Sandy Hook native told the Herald Leader that he is humbled to receive lots of calls encouraging him to run for the Senate, and he has made no decision. On the Republican side, former Attorney General Daniel Cameron quickly jumped in the race, and Congressman Andy Barr told some supporters he intends to run. A U.S. appeals court denied an appeal in the judgment against former Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis. Last year, a judge ruled she had to pay thousands of dollars to a gay couple she denied a marriage license to in 2015. In January, Davis's attorney argued she was acting as a government employee, giving her qualified immunity. That protects government employees from personal liability and damages in lawsuits for their actions on the job. As long as no federal laws were broken, judges argued Davis has since lost her immunity. Perry County inmates are ramping up cleaning efforts this spring. They're helping to clear illegal dump sites and flood debris. Jailer Minor Allen says the flooding only made the issue worse, with trash piling up in cemeteries, back roads, and strip mines. The cleanup includes hauling away thousands of bags of litter, removing brush, and tackling long-standing dump sites like one in the Flat Gap community.
Even though the county and the city both provide dump site locations for flood debris and that kind of things like that, because a lot of people lost everything, and so we're seeing a lot of mattresses, couches, different things like that.
Allen says to prevent future dumping, the county is installing cameras at problem areas and plans to prosecute offenders. He also added folks who need items hauled from their property can reach out to him. A Kentucky university helped a private space company put another lander on the moon yesterday. Morehead State University played a key role in monitoring Intuitive Machines' second lunar lander, Athena. Students and staff received and sent data to the spacecraft as it made its way to the moon. They also monitored Intuitive Machines' first lunar lander, Odie, last February. Unfortunately, it ended up sideways, and flight controllers fear Athena might have fallen over too. Yesterday marked 5 years since the first case of COVID-19 was diagnosed in Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear hosted a bell ringing at the state capitol to remember the day. There he recognized the memorial on Capitol grounds that remembers those who died, along with the heroes and sacrifices that helped save so many Kentucky lives. Nationwide, the CDC says COVID-19 contributed to the deaths of 1.2 million people.
That memorial stands as a monument to the now more than 20,400 Kentucky victims of this virus, more than 20,400 children of God taken from us in such a short period of time. It also reminds us of the daily heroism that fighting a once-in-a-generation worldwide pandemic required.
The worst period of its spike was in December of 2022 and January of 2021. When we return, a new bill was introduced this week to reinstate Kentucky veterans fired by the Department of Government Efficiency.
And I'll have the latest on the warming temperatures up next.